Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and this is Create Your Own Cozy. On this week's video, I am going to take you thrift shopping with me in Texas. My sister-in-law took 5 kids thrift shopping and I'm going to show you her thrift haul and how we flipped some things and left them in Texas. And then I will show you the haul that I brought home with me all the way back to Georgia. So if this is the kind of content that you like to see, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, and I would like to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting me. My channel is having a little bit of growth and I'm so excited. It's going a long way with my husband. But I would love it if you would share this channel with anyone that you think that would like it, and I just wanted to say thank you for your support. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite thrift flip was, what your favorite find was, something that you would not have left behind that I left behind. So I'd love to hear from you, and thank you so much. Everything's bigger in Texas, and that includes their Goodwills. I've always wanted to try a superstore, but there's not one around me. So I talked my sister-in-law and her 2 boys into thrift store shopping. Obviously, my 3 girls are all on board, ready to get a basket. Turns out we needed a cart, kiddo. But we had all 5 of the kids finding us goodies. Look at this little guy. He so wanted this rack. But take a look. Let me know some of the items that you would have picked up, and I will show you at the end what I brought home with me. Spoiler alert, my 2 youngest got these pink overalls to go dancing, and they look so cute. This chair was only $10.49, and if I did not have to drive it home 13 hours, I may have picked it up. So don't forget, thrift stores have so many old pictures and picture frames, and they make very good backdrops or canvases for your own creations at a fraction of the price. And check out those golf clubs. Baskets. Oh my goodness, there are so many baskets at thrift stores. Don't forget to take a look there for, like, I don't know, 1/10 of the price you'd pay in retail stores. I noticed the superstore had a lot of furniture, both wooden pieces and couches. So if you are setting up like a college apartment for a kid, or just looking for some project pieces, this would be a great place to try first. I wish I got a better picture of that artwork. It was beautiful. Look how much he wanted this rack. He was telling me he was going to put his rags on there so that they could dry better. So cute. So these are the items my sister-in-law thrifted. My nephew got this $2 golf club. Better watch out for him. This 12-year-old's already winning tournaments. He's so good. Next, my sister-in-law got this wide mouth pitcher. And all I did was get some white chalk paint and do half and half with the white chalk paint and the baking soda and just mix it together, paint it on 2 coats, sanded the top layer with 220, and then covered it in wax. What do you think? Next item was this bedside table. I happened to be sleeping in her guest room and I said, you know what, you could really use a bedside table. I'll redo it for you. So this was before I had a cameraman. Holding your phone and sanding is kind of hard to do, but I took some really rough grit sandpaper and I'm just taking off all the dents and scrapes and water damage. Here comes that golfer who's also a great cameraman. But I'm just getting as much of this off with this. It's probably like a 60 or an 80 grit sandpaper that she had. Taking it down as far as I could go. I know that I'm painting it, so I just wanted it to feel smooth. And then after I use this sandpaper, I go over it with 220 sandpaper as well, so that it is very smooth to the touch, and I know that the paint will adhere to it well. Clean off the dust, and it's ready for some paint. Now I use this Dixie Belle French linen and I would paint furniture this color again. It turned out gorgeous. My cameraman is out of the house, so bear with me on some of these angles, but I am basically doing 2 coats of this chalk paint. First coat's always gonna look bad. Keep going, do the second coat. At the end, I did use a 220 sandpaper just to kind of get the grit off the top layer. I always like my furniture to feel good. So I take that 220 and I rub it over the whole top. And if it took off some paint, I was okay with it because this piece had some very beautiful pieces that needed to come out. What do you think? I left my light kits at home, so the lighting is a little off, but doesn't that look really good? Those are the original hardware. Just put it right back on there and it looks like a totally different piece. Now I've got somewhere to put stuff when I stay in Texas. Let me know in the comments below. Do you like it? No, I saw this piece in Texas, but remembered I already bought one at home for $2. So I'm gonna show you how I update this for gatherings. So that was my sister-in-law's haul and thrifts that stayed in Texas. Now I'm going to show you what I brought home with me. The first 2 things I already told you about is those 2 pink overall camo sets for the little 2. I think they were around $6.99 a piece and they were new with tags on them. So that was a good deal and it will always remind those kids about Texas. The second thing that I got is that little doll set you saw my little ones playing with. That was $5.99. My littlest said she'd pay for it with her own money. She played with it an entire day in Texas. And the day after we drove home, the little 2 played in their room by themselves. They just needed quiet all day long. So that was totally worth the money. We just Clorox wiped the whole thing and it was good to go. Something else I took home with me is this lampshade for $1.99. I got one like this from Target a while back and I still have it. And it was just like a knee-jerk reaction to grab it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But I couldn't leave it. The next thing I got was this basket for $2.49. I'm constantly working on a basket wall here in my room. And I will show you the updated version when I get this up there. It is always going to be a work in progress to me, but I thought that this color tone went great, especially for $2.49 for a nice little basket wall. The next thing I brought home, I am not the biggest fan of fake plants. So these dried boxwood wreaths are always very attractive to me. This guy was $5.49. I am probably going to be taking off these ears and doing something different, and I do have a little bit of mending to do just to make sure it doesn't look disheveled, but for $5.49 I thought this had to come home with me. I will probably thrift or flip this, just put it in my hoard and wait till the season's right, but I could not leave it behind. The last thing I brought home, I know this is a strange one, is a lager amber bottle. It's $1.99, and I wanted some amber bottles to go with my fall staging. So this is my first in the collection. I'm sure I will find more, but this guy wanted to come home with me. So that is it for my thrift haul. I've been trying to stay out of the thrift stores because of my hoard down in my basement. So this got a little bit of the itch, and I helped my sister-in-law. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next week. Bye.